Elaine stopped pouring wine when Drew opened the lock app and Vanessa's code was still active. Elaine decided I was ruining the housewarming before anyone opened the champagne. She arrived with a bottle, kissed Drew on the cheek, and told me by the door that homes only feel peaceful when women stop treating every female friend like a threat. The townhouse was our first place together after getting engaged. We had signed the lease 2 weeks earlier and invited both families over once the boxes were mostly off the floor. I handled the utilities and unpacking. Drew handled the furniture and every app-controlled gadget in the place. Part of the tension was Vanessa. She grew up with Drew's family and had helped him move boxes one weekend when I was at my cousin's bridal shower. When I got back, there was Vanessa's tumbler in the upstairs bathroom and her cardigan on the guest room chair. Drew said she had changed after sweating through a shirt and that he had only given her the side door code because his hands were full. He also told me he deleted her access afterward. I told him that was not a detail you forget once you live with your fiancé. He said I was turning logistics into jealousy. So by the time people came over, I was tired. Brooke brought cookies, my mother brought paper plates, Elaine brought opinions. Things stayed mostly civil until Brooke asked why the side entry kept chiming the night before if nobody had been over. I said I heard it too while folding towels upstairs. Drew said the lock was glitching. Elaine laughed and said, or maybe Mallory is still tracking Vanessa like she's some kind of homewrecker. He stood there with a wine opener and said nothing. I asked Elaine not to do that in my house. She said it was Drew's house too, and some women confuse boundaries with ownership. Then she said to my mother, this is what happens when insecurity gets rebranded as self-respect. I said I was asking why Vanessa still seemed connected to the place after Drew told me her code was gone. Elaine said the code was gone and if I wanted to stop poisoning the night, Drew could prove it in 10 seconds. She pointed at the control tablet on the kitchen island. Open the guest list, she said. Let's clear your fiancé's imagination. Drew hesitated. He picked up the tablet, opened the lock app, and pulled up the active codes. Mine was there, his was there. The dog walker's code showed expired. Vanessa's code showed active. Brooke said, why is that still live? Drew said he must have forgotten to disable it. Then Brooke tapped the access history tab before he could close the screen. Vanessa, side door, yesterday, 11:18 p.m. Nobody moved. At 11:18 the night before, Drew had texted me that he was alone in the townhouse, finishing shelves, and too tired to answer my call. I knew, because I had stared at the message from my mother's guest room and told myself not to be dramatic. My mother asked why another woman had let herself in after 11 if I was not there. Drew said Vanessa dropped off a drill bit set he borrowed and did not want to pound on the door. I reminded him there was nobody to wake. He knew I was at my mother's after her procedure. That was the real turn. Not just that Vanessa came by. That Drew let his mother frame me as jealous in my own kitchen while he knew the code was active and the visit had happened. Elaine said Vanessa was practically family. Brooke said family did not usually need late-night access to a newly engaged couple's place. Drew said everyone was making it uglier than it was. Maybe, but he had still lied first and let me absorb the humiliation. The party limped on after that, but not for him. My mother packed up early. Brooke disabled Vanessa's code herself. Elaine stopped giving speeches. I told Drew he could explain peace from his brother's couch that night, so the housewarming happened. But Drew lost the easy family cover he thought he had, because once that lock history was open on the island, nobody could keep pretending I had imagined the boundary he crossed.